the best show to talk about my faction. Can get the and Max reactions. Welcome to the show.
Hi guys, welcome back to MyFaction Reaction. You're here with Nathan again. I want to talk about a topic that's been rubbing me the wrong way recently, and it's ranked play itself and the exploitation of glitches within that mode. I guess let's dive into that a bit. I think we've all been here before. We're playing the game, somebody leaves the ring and they go under it to find the hammer. We've all been affected by this season. Once they get the hammer, they're going to get back into the ring and then hit you with it. And what's going to happen in here is they're not even locking onto you. They're locking onto something else, and you can't reverse the hammer hits. And then they just abuse it till they finish, fill up all their finishers and put you in an impossible position to win the match. It really does take the fun out of playing the game. It makes you not want to play the mode, which just isn't great overall. The unfortunate truth is that in any game mode like this, people are going to find a way to exploit and use glitches to advance themselves further because there's a competitive aspect to it. The higher rank you get, the more rewards and prizes you get out of it. So people are incentivized to increase in rank, and they look for those. Unfortunately, 2K itself does not do a good job at trying to fix these issues. Last season in ranked, there was a big issue with a sit lock issue where you could basically get sat outside the ring and counted out and not being able to move. And it was eventually patched like a day or two before it finished. The team at 2K is not very nimble at fixing these issues. We just had our first week or so of ranked gameplay in the new season with extreme rules, and a hammer glitch was notoriously bad throughout the entire thing. I just showed you guys a video of what that glitch looked like in its worst form, but there were other forms of it. And I really wish 2K was on the ball and trying to fix these glitches like when they happen and make them so that they can't happen like that. So it creates a better experience. But I mean, how do we move forward as people playing the game and trying to create a better experience? And I guess that's really what I want to talk about, because at the end of the day, I want to have a positive experience in this game. I think most people do. So what do you do? So recently, as I've started playing ranked, and this is something I'm trying to proactively do, is I'm trying to talk to people on these nifty PlayStation controllers. And I can't speak to everybody on whatever console they're using if it's not a PlayStation controller, but the mic is built right into the PlayStation controller itself. So you hear people talking to you and you can talk to people through it. Now you can mute that if you don't want to have that happening, but I've been making an effort to go ahead and say, let's have a fun game at the beginning of the match. Sometimes if people are going to spam their glitches, they're going to spam glitches or exploit the glitches. And that's not going to change that. But what I have found happening is actually I'm starting to engage in a little more conversation with people. And it's making the experience in ranked for me personally a little bit better as I'm starting to meet people, have conversations. A lot of times when I'm talking to people, they're like, yeah, let's just have a fun match and really just try to see who's better versus who can get to the hammer the quickest and exploit that. And it's been really cool actually getting a chance to talk to people. Even if they don't talk back to me, I still say hello to them and wish them a good game. And if they beat me fairly, I have no problem saying good game on the way out. And I'll make sure I do that and say, good game, you did really well out there, if they beat me. Because at the end of the day, and I think about this, like I've got two boys in soccer, what lessons do I want them learning when they play sports or when they play games at home? They play online games too, and I don't want them to be somebody who's yelling. My worst online experience, I don't think I've talked about this, somebody wished death upon children if I had them, and if I didn't have them, wish that they would die once they were born, is literally somebody told me over the mic, which was terrible because they lost. And I think really at the end of the day, how do we recapture the fun in playing people? I think when I was a kid, and I'm an old guy now, the concept of playing with people online was such a foreign thing because like the internet wasn't a thing. Um, but like to me that would have been the coolest thing in the world, just being able to pair up with people and play No Mercy online and just be able to get out there and play. And I really think that's what we should be trying to strive to do as a community and do better at. Actually engage people in conversation. Try and um, talk about trying to do better and have a good match. And like, look, I want to play fair. Like, if I lose a good match, then I lost a good match. You know what I mean? Um, and if somebody's better than me, yeah, good job on you for beating me. Like, no problems with that, right? I do find it hard when people abuse those exploits, though, because it just takes the fun out of the mode. It becomes a race to the top as quickly as possible versus let's have fun. And at the end of the day, this is a game. It's supposed to be fun. So, so I guess that's basically my main message here is go into the game with some positivity and let's see if we can turn people around. And like I said, this is probably a little bit trying to really think of the word here. But it's probably me more on the optimistic side of how things go. But I can tell you one thing, change won't happen if we don't try to change. And it really comes down to us as a community and creating that environment. And like I said, there are going to be people who are just going to continue to abuse and exploit, and there's nothing we can do about that, right? 2K is obviously not fast on their feet in fixing these problems. They didn't fix the hammer lock throughout the entire thing. There's now new glitches that people are trying to find and exploit. Um, so, and I really wish 2K was quicker on that. But let's avoid sharing those glitches around. Let's avoid spreading them around. And at the same time, let's just try to create better environments for playing the game itself. So yeah, that's my little soapbox today is let's just try and be better as a community in terms of playing the games themselves. And let's focus back on having fun. And it's okay if you get beaten by somebody better. Like, it doesn't mean that you have to go out and try and grab a hammer and just try and win the match any way possible. So, all right. If you guys like this content, let me know. Sometimes I do editorial pieces. And if you did like it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and join our Discord. We've got the Discord link at the bottom. It's also linked in the description for the video. We'd love to have you there. We're a very positively focused community, really focusing on building a strong community within the MyFaction world. All right. Regardless, I hope you guys have a great day, and thanks for hanging out. Bye.